I saw you and Bob sitting side by side was for Cotto Mayorga, one of the first fights that I had the privilege to cover. So welcome back on, and you're here with your fighter, Amir Imam. So we'll get to talking about your fighter in just a moment, but if you just want to give a brief comment about promoting once again, with the man to your right and Bob Arum, this spectacular event at Madison Square Garden.
Why did you use the word brief? Don, you can't be brief.
It's hopeful speaking. You know how it goes.
Only in America. You must understand. First, I want to give thanks to my back home would be why would I say that? My family, Jim Dolan and Charles Dolan. Charles is going to fly in here, and because I'm here, and so we're going to celebrate the Madison Square Garden. It is the Mecca of boxing, and it's a fantastic thing to be here and to be at war with Mr. Arum here. Some of the things he said has some vitality to it. That the whole country is a country of immigrants. And so, but these all the fighters here, Viva Puerto Rico. You know, when that Puerto Rico means casa su casa. So we want to take care of all of the fighters from Puerto Rico. But I got two fighters that are coming in one from Ghana, and I'm going to introduce it to you after we get to work with the fighters. His name is Mensah. You know what I mean? And he is going to be fighting for the world title against a Golden Boys fighter, the explosive Puerto Rican, you know. And so, Machado. And so that's going to be a world title fight. And then we have Expo. Expo is Isaac Expo from Nigeria. You know what I mean? And that right there, Isaac Expo from Nigeria. And I'm sending word to the president, you know what I mean, that everything is going to be good, and we're going to have a great fight with him next week in Germany. You know what I mean? So we're here in Madison Square Garden, which is the center of the world. It ain't just New York. You have to name it twice. But it's a center of the world. And I'm just delighted to be here with my fighter, Iman, here that's going to take, and I feel so sorry about the Puerto Rico, Jose is Mexicano. Yeah, Jose, you know, so we want to be able to say we will give him another chance. You know what I mean? So later on down the road. But we're going to have a great fight here, and we want everybody to come and see it because we really is declaring war on Bob Arum and Top Rank, you know what I mean, who wouldn't feed us, you know what I mean? He's talking about all these wonderful things of the dreamers. I'm a dreamer, but you know, we can't get fed, you know what I mean? You know, he give us half the money for all the people, you know what I mean? But they ain't Bob. I have to say this. Our crews have an acrimony that seemingly is challenging, you know what I mean, because they can't understand what it is. But little things, like you say, Jose versus Iman. Iman is the #1 mandatory challenger, but she's little things. You know, little Bob is very ingenious. Now, even though it's just a Billy, you know what I mean, we're going to say it because I've talked to the Lord. The Lord says the last will be first, and the first will be last. You know what I mean? So we say, okay, that's on the Billy. You got Jose Ramirez, you know, on top of the guy who gave him an opportunity. But those are the nuances that he uses that you can't get around. You got to always be ahead, otherwise you're going to be dead. So you got to understand you're just going to be able to deal with it and make it happen. So we're going to have a great fight here in Madison Square Garden, and it should be a sellout. So I want everybody to come. We're saying Turalura, an Irish lullaby. I got the island flag here somewhere. That's where it is. I don't know. That's Mexicano.
Use that one too.
Yeah, WBC. Yeah, man, where's Ireland? There, it's Ireland. There we go. Here we go. For all the Irish fans, you know, this is what it is about. You know, oh Danny boy. You know, we're gonna make things happen in Ireland like they've never happened before. You know what I mean? But we're gonna demonstrate what the St. Patty's Day means. You know what I mean? And so I'm happy to be a part of a great, you know, a great camaraderie and a great situation where all of us are together. But I want everyone to know that we coming here, and I ain't gonna bother the rest of Arum's card. I'm gonna just stick with the championship fight that we come, which will declare the war that we're gonna do it. And this is what I would think that other countries would wanna do. Put on some gloves. Don't be killing people. Conversation rather than devastations. You know what I mean? So I want to be able to deal with that, and then at least you can have a return match. You can't have a return match when you use the bomb, the bullet, and the knife, and all of those type of things, artillery. So I want to be able to say that we're going to Arum and I are going to set peace talks. You know what I mean? After we knock him out, we're going to set peace talks to try to make things happen, you know, that will be good for everyone. And they can take and imitate and emulate us. Then they can be able to deal with the rest of the world with this. So we're going to be fighting everybody and anybody that wants to stop people from being people, and we're going to be our brother's keeper, as the good Lord says. So I'm very happy to be back home at Madison Square Garden. I can hardly wait to see Charles Dolan when he comes in. But it's going to be an exciting adventure. And before I close, I'm going to close with the bravado of the youth of Parkland High School, the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, who are speaking out against the politicians that are not doing the job that we sent them there to do, as George Washington would say, that they are our servants, and when they vote against what the people's interest is, or contrary to what their best interest is, then you should recall them. And that's what these young kids are doing. They're speaking out, challenging these dying the mass politicians who marry the government. You know what I mean? It's not like you're going to get elected. Donald Trump is calling for terms. You know what I mean? And then at least closing off, when you see this man that Adam don't like, he's the best thing that happened to America since the colonies struck out against King George. You know what I mean? Because now he's bringing it all out, all the hidden idiosyncrasies, all the hidden racist things, all the hidden corruption. He's bringing it out for us to discuss, review, debate, and to change. And so it's going to be on us, governed by the consent of the governed. The greatest nation in the world, America. Now we will transform, sweetheart, we're going to do this here because we're in this house. This is the Mecca, and we got to bring our prayers and our thoughts and everything to the Mecca so that you can be able to deal with it. And that's what the hand of God. You see, we have the hand of God is right there. You know what I mean? So you got to understand it. Okay,
where's the young man from Ghana? Where's the young man from Nigeria?
Daddy.
All right, I want to welcome you here. Are your countries shithole countries? No, of course not. Thank you.
Leave it.
Drop the mic. All right, we're going to start to talk to these fighters now.
This is, that's the system. That's what you got to understand.
Thank you very much.
They use that system in order to divide and dissension. You know what I mean? But you're too smart for that. Your job is to knock out, Expo is to knock out Sway. Your job, Mensa, is to knock out Machado.
All right, let's knock out the rest of this
So
press
don't get
conference.
don't get caught up in this systematic changing your point of view and what you are out to get. That's what you got an example of it. I tell you, the man's a genius. You know what I mean? You got an example of what he is now to try to divide and conquer. But we're not going to let that happen to us. We're not going to let that happen to us. Ghana, we're going to be right there with Mamadou, our president, and with Nigeria, right there with him. We're going to make certain that everybody knows, and they know what time it is. And they say, how long? Not long. All right, how long? Not long. All right, roll with it then.